Hey, Lynn, did you get the storms up there bad? Aloha. Hey, Deb. Our part of the country is having severe storms. So I thought, well, some of the ladies might need some distraction. And I'm good at distracting. Hi, Patricia. Hey, Mitz. Well, the brunt of the storms have passed us, but they're north and south and east of us. They're all over the place right now. We still have thunder and lightning and rain and all that, but the chances of the severe part of the storm has gone east of us. It's heading toward the east coast. So we're all good. We're just the area is under flood watch because we're going to get a lot of rain, but we're on high ground, so it won't affect us personally. But the area is going to be affected. So I have my tension tamer. Oh, you're in Little Rock. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was heading. There was a few north of us, not that far north, maybe 30 mile, not even 30, maybe 20 miles north of us. They had some touchdowns. So but it wasn't in a populated area, so that was good. But I was going to chill out and do something. I thought, well, maybe the ladies want to chill out and chit chat with each other and have a little distraction from you guys that are in the middle of the storms. I know south of us too. Hey, Popo, how is it with you guys? See, I knew my Texas ladies. It's still bad down there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I saw they were showing the local guy, they broke in and they were explaining how it had gone, east of us, but then they also showed where it was north and south of us. So I knew it was still pretty bad, and it's going to be pretty bad overnight heading east. So anyway, so I thought, come on, let's have a little distraction. I did some more of those painting papers that I was doing last night. I did maybe around 4 or 5 of them today, in between stuff. I really don't have anything planned to do right now, but we'll figure it out. We'll do something for a little while. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, Hottie. It came in. It wasn't even. I don't think it was even an hour where it was really, really bad. Um, because all day today it was. You guys that know tornado weather, all day long. It was like over 70. It was probably 100% humidity. It was still you. It was dark everywhere. It's like that moment before tornadoes come when all the air has been sucked out of the whole oxygen's been sucked out of the air around you. That's how it was all day today. And so I was like, oh, maybe this one's serious about tonight. And and then it started to rain a little bit, and cooler air came in, and then the thunder and lightning. But fortunately, the really because the forecast was, really high winds here, and we didn't get any at all. I even took down my umbrellas and stuff like that. I mean, I had them closed up this time of year, but I just keep them on the stand. But I took them down and brought them in because I thought, this This might blow them away. But we didn't get any wind at all. So thankful for that. 2. Oh my goodness, Deb. Oh, well, it was warm here all day long. All day long. So anyway, grab your tea, grab your coffee, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're drinking. I have trusty my trusty crackers ready. Oh, you guys are smart. You have a generator. My husband talks about it every year and we never get it. So we haven't needed it so far. I mean, our electricity goes out during, spring storms all the time. But, it might be for maybe, anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. So really no big deal. And since we've been here, in this area, there used to be ice storms during the winter time. But, the climate has changed so much and everything. We don't even see, ice, snow, nothing. So that used to be what would bring down the lines was the heaviness of all the ice on the lines. But that doesn't even happen anymore. So, hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Linda. I don't worry until my dog runs off into the guest bathroom. We live in an old Victorian home, and there used to be, I think, it used to be a hallway that went through the center of the house, and then through the years they broke it up, and so in the center used to be this walk-in closet, and we changed that into a guest bathroom because we didn't have a guest bathroom. Well, we did have one, but it was in the middle of it was weird. Anyway, so so we changed that, and so it's like the only inner part of the house that doesn't have any windows or anything, and it's right smack in the middle of the house, and it's underneath the stairs that go upstairs. So it's very, very sturdy place in the house if we had to go into a safe spot. But it's so funny because um, my dogs, they'll run in there, when if it gets really, really, really bad. Otherwise, they handle it pretty good. So I told my husband, okay, earlier today, I said, okay, keep an eye on the dogs. If they head into the bathroom, follow them because they're all asleep. They couldn't even care less. Plus, I think we drugged them up with Benadryl. That's what the veterinarian says to give them. It calms them down. So they're both on a double dose of Benadryl right now. 11 degrees. Oh, wow. Yeah, they did. For the first year that we moved here, we've been here 10 years, I believe. Um, 12 years. Ooh, I think we've been here 12 years. Hey, Scotty. We've been here 12 years. And the very first year, um, the first spring, we moved here in I think it was winter time we moved here. So we were here a total, I think, of just one whole year. And then the next spring that came, they had a very, very severe storm that went through here. They said it wasn't a tornado. They said it was flatlined, horizontal type winds. I don't believe them for a second. I mean, we saw what it was doing. Anyway, it did major damage in our town and in our neighborhood. And that particular time, that's when the dogs ran in. That's when the closet was still a closet. And they ran in there, and I told my husband, I think we need to get into the closet And we all ran in there together, and it's like 4 dogs and my husband and myself in this, like, I think it's like 5 by 5. It was so funny, and the dogs are looking up at us, and we're looking down at the dogs like, "Don't look at us, we can't help you." It wasn't funny then, but it's funny now. They're probably thinking, What the heck did you bring us here for?" Oh, poor Chihuahua. Well, the doctor said, I forget how many grams per pound. Probably your Chihuahua can have half of a Benadryl. Let's see. Our dog is the smaller one the smallest one we have. He's the more nervous one. And I think he's 60 pounds. And they told him to have they can have 2 Benadryls. So that's what he had earlier today. So he's still a little skittish, but he isn't like, he's just staying real close to you. And then what happened that time, it was so strange because just like the stories, if you've never been in a storm like that, the stories you always hear, oh, it sounded like a freight train. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like. That wind is so loud and it makes this low drone humming rumble, and it sounds just like a train. And so of course we heard that, and I just look at my husband and I go, oh dear, and of course, fortunately, when things like that happen, it's very quick. It comes through and then it's gone. And either it does damage or it doesn't. But it's very quick. Usually, they're very quick. And so there was a door to the inside closet. So I went to open the door. When I opened the door, water fell down like a waterfall. And my first thought, because we have a 2-story home, my first thought was, we don't have a top story anymore. I mean, where else would the water be coming from, right? The roof blew off, and now we don't have it, and it's pouring rain, and it's coming into the house. So it was one of those moments where it's like, oh, do I dare go look? Do I not go look? What do I do? And so we started to go up the stairs, and we realized, well, the roof, I mean, the house looked intact. Nothing looked like it was wrong. But what happened was the house still this owned the house still had the original windows, and my house is over 130 years old, and it had the original single plate windows at the time. And so what happened was a severe wind literally just broke the windows, and the rain, because the rain was falling in this way. It wasn't coming down. The wind was going this way. So it was just like somebody had a water hose, throwing it in the windows upstairs. And it finds its way. And so it found a space, and it just was coming down through the ceiling of downstairs. So at the moment it happened, it was kind of real. I mean, it was very scary. I thought the roof was gone, but it just turned out that it was just the windows had blown out. So that was an easy fix. And of course, repair on the drywall and stuff like that. But it wasn't like the whole top floor blew away or anything. Oh, Eva, this is new for you. Well, I mean, obviously, when the things, I mean, if they do hit populated area, obviously it's devastating. But that doesn't happen as often. And if you were to look at a map, like the weather channel has a map, and it'll show you everywhere where there's been tornadoes, and we really don't realize how many tornadoes are all the time. And it's just we'd only hear about them obviously when it hits populated areas. But they yeah, it's nothing to fool around with. I mean, you need to have your designated safe spot, but you don't have to freak out about it, just take your precautions. Oh, so you've been here, Brenda, as a young whippersnapper, huh? Oh yeah, you're in what, Georgia, Alabama? Where are you, Nikki? Hey, Tamar. We're just talking weather. Thanks for stopping by, Deb. Alabama. There you go. So, what do you guys want to do? I'm game. I already did some of those painty papers. We could always do that some more. We could glue. We could whatever you guys want to do. You want to try something new? We can do that. I didn't have anything planned really. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer had snow. Everybody's having weather, like real weather. Scotty, why'd you have your shoes on? Where are you going to go? By the time you wake up, where are you going to go? What I like about Arkansas is that it's cheap. That's the only thing I like about it. I don't like the humid summers. I don't like, you know, the heat with, I just don't like heat with humidity. I don't like it. And you get that for about maybe two, really bad. You get that like about 2 months here. The hot, real high humidity and heat. 2 months. That's too much for me. I'm spoiled. Anything, huh? Well, what? I don't know. I need ideas. Oh, Nikki, I got my resin today. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, there's a bunch of thunder right now. The cold air must be coming in. Because in some parts of my area, the forecast tomorrow is possibility of snow. That's what all this, weather is about. This cold front's hitting the warm air. So today it was, 70 degrees. We might have snow tomorrow. So that's how crazy this stuff is. Yeah, exactly, Scotty. Yeah. Scotty's about how far are you from me? Um yeah, Nikki, I figured that. Once I realized where the main company was, I go, oh well, of course, they don't want the stuff to freeze. I had gotten a couple of pieces from Patty when she was selling them, and I did some gilding on them. I'll show you. I got a couple pieces here. I used to be a professional gilder, gold gilder, and so I just try to replicate how you would, you know, the things that let me backtrack. The things that I used to gild were hand carved, um, high end frames for artists and museums and galleries. And so I just tried to replicate that technique on some of these. I think they came out kind of cool. I can see that. And then here's another one of the other ones that I did. I don't know if it shows up. I don't think I don't know what focus I'm dealing with, but so that was kind of fun. But those were the ones that she had, I had gotten from her. So, so maybe tomorrow, my plan will be I'll do some casting tomorrow and see what I do with them. I really don't know what I'm doing yet, but once I get them going, then I get inspired. Oh, thanks, Nikki. I loved gilding. If I could just like pick one thing, it'd be just like make junk journals and gild all day. I love that. It's so much fun. I did a I got this who did I get it from? I think maybe I got it from Pat. I can't remember where I got it from, tell you the truth. But I got this old Victorian photo album, and it was that what is that called? Is the celluloid? Is that what it is? I'm forgetting my words of what things are. Anyway, um, and it was cracked and it was kind of messed up. So I fixed it up, and I figured the best way to cover everything up, because I had to do patchwork on it, I gilded the whole thing. Well, it came out gorgeous. I don't have it anymore. I sold it, but it came out really, really cool. And so I'm gonna figure out something for the journal world. I'm not sure what yet. My brain's kind of thinking of a few things. But when I did that, I did a video showing the steps, because there's like, I don't know, there's what, one, two, three, four, five steps when you're gilding. And when I'm talking about the fake gilding, there's more steps when you do the real gilding. But even when we were doing, because we did two types of frames, we would do what we call the high end, which was the real gold leaf, and then the cheaper one, which was the oops, I forgot what it was called, metal leaf. And so there was like a few less techniques when you did the metal leaf, because you didn't have to build up the gesso and all that stuff like you did on the real gold. But they're both fun though. They both have a really fun technique. Picture? What are you talking about? Oh, the picture. What is that picture? It's too small. I can't see what it is. How do you see that? Well, I can't even see that on my computer. I must be blind. Oh, okay. I got the what? Not the white. I mean, not the clear. I guess I got, what do you call it? Is it white or tan, or I don't remember what it was. But I didn't get the white, I don't think. I don't remember. Oh, you went to her channel. You're so smart. Spy glasses. Yeah, she went and spied for sure. Can you hear my thunder? Shh, can you hear it? It's rumbling through. It's not too loud. Okay, come on. You guys don't want to look at a cup and gold stuff, right, all night? Let's do something. Huh, what should we do? Jennifer, what should we do? You got good ideas. Or you could listen to me eat crackers. You don't want me to hum. That'll get you too wired up. We're supposed to be relaxing. Oh, you want me to crunch? I can crunch. I have no problem crunching, let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah, we could do art with the crumbs. Glue. You guys really like watching people glue, huh? That's amazing. I love gluing, but I don't like to watch people glue. Yeah, texture. I don't mind gluing. I enjoy gluing a lot. I don't know if we should do the black and white still, though. That was a little creepy last night. I'll show you guys. You guys that weren't here last night, we kind of did a pretty creepy one together. Packing tape transfers. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. Where's my creepy black and white? I think it was toward the back. This is a new one, so I don't have too many pages filled. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Look at that. This is what we did last night. Yeah, Carla. She's the glue queen. She is for sure. Yes, it is pretty creepy. I had her face. I had cut out. I don't remember if it was for this book or I had cut out her eyes. It must have been for something else. Oh no, I had cut her eyes out for this one, and I put one on the bird, and then one in the window. So in my stash, I still had her, but without her eyes. And so I thought, well, we need to put her somewhere. And then one thing led to another. We had some pictures of some sand. And so somebody suggested put that in the background of her eyes. So the sand was there. And then there was some hubcaps, and we put some hubcaps for her eyeballs. And then she looked even a little creepier than she does right now. So we had to give her some pupils and stuff. And there was some lady around here, so I had to cover her up with some other paper that I had. And then someone said it looked like she had she was cross-eyed looking at a fly on her nose. And then we ended up putting frog. And then her eyebrows were super, super light. You couldn't even see them. They were like bleached out. And so I had a stamp for like a millipede. So I put on her eyebrows with the millipede. Centipede, millipede. I didn't count the legs, but you know what I mean. Hey, CJ. So, anyway, she was last night. Okay, so let me see what I have around. For maybe doing some transfer. Um, Let me see. Maybe I'll make a copy. No, I don't want to do that. I know. Hold on, let me get some. I have a few copies of stuff over here I was playing with. Ready to go. There we go. Let me go get my tape. I was doing some stuff in preparing for my February kit, and I thought, oh well, let's do it with her. I think that would look super cool. Of course, I picked a big one, but you know, of course. Uh-oh. Oh well. It's going to be a little wrinkle, but that'll just make it look like it's an older picture. No problem. All right. So you basically just put the tape on any kind of photograph and make sure it is, you have good connection. And then you place this in some, kind of lukewarm water. Let me go get some. That's what I just made my tea with. Yeah, it's still warm. I do it with lukewarm water. You don't have to. In my mind, it works faster if it's warm. I have no proof of that. And then, hey, Carla. And then you just kind of sort of let it sit there for a little while. I don't remember how long. It's been a long time since I did one of these. So I'm trying to pretend like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. It never stopped me before, though. But, let it have, a couple of minutes. Enough time to eat a cracker. That's how long you leave it. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Art through food. Yes, I remember that course really well. Art through food. This is just inkjet. I don't have a laser printer. I'm not all fancy like some people. I wish I was. I wish I had one. But as most of you know, I'm cheap. I figure, hey, I already have a printer. Oh, I know. Oh, well, that's doing its thing. Remember those two little boxes that I got at Michael's, those big things that had the little thing? And I wanted you guys to make little journals for me. I have no shame. I begged for little journals to fill it up. Anyway, I got some of the basic measurements. If you're going to do a spine, it's a really odd shape though, you know, but still, it could still be kind of cute. And then that would fit in there. And that's if you were doing a regular, like a book spine. Or if you're just going to do one like a single what am I saying? Signature. It would have to be that size to fit in there. So that's that one. I'll give you guys the measurements in a second. And then this one, obviously slightly bigger. And that would be the size of that little book. Or if it was pamphlet type, single signature, it'd be like that. So let's put those numbers down in case anybody's interested in participating. Hey, Patricia. All right, let's see. What are these numbers? So if you're doing it with a, whoops. If you're going to do it with like a regular book spine, this right here, here to here, is 5/8 of an inch. From here to here is 7/8. And from here to here is 1 7/8. Sorry about all the eights, but that's the size it came out to be. All right, so if you're going from end to end, did I measure that? Yeah. That's 2 inches and 3/8 from here to here. Clear as mud? Now, if you can make it smaller, but you can't make it bigger. If you make it bigger, then it's not going to fit. So, excuse me. But if you're doing the pamphlet one, you just have to double that and fold it. That would make the little pamphlet. One signature, kind of like traveler's notebook type. So that's that one. And then hi Cynthia. Yeah, we're all babysitting each other with the bad weather we're all having. No plan. We're just here. We're winging it. All right, so this one goes into the smaller one. And this one is the large one. And then the small one, I'll also make it big so you can see the numbers. So this is from here to here. It's a 1/2 inch. And from here to here is 1.5 inches. And all of these are a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/2 inch. And this is a 1/2 inch. And then, yeah, and it's square. So it comes out to, it's 1.5 inches square. And then you fold it in 3s, basically. And that makes a little book that fits in here. And If you don't want to get complicated, you can do the one stitch pamphlet stitch style. So it would be a 1/2 inch. So you'd cut 1 inch, fold it, and you'd have the 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches long. And there you go. So anybody that wants to contribute to my little box, those are the sizes. You get them done, and then we can email or something, or if you're in my, if we're on Facebook together, whatever, and then I can get you my mailing address. Most of you have my email address already, right? I'll put down, excuse me while I'm chewing. I'll put my email. There we go. Are you any closer to moving, CJ? I mean, I'm CJ. Yeah, right. Scotty? Ooh, I think she's almost ready. Let's see what happens. Cynthia, all my life, I feel like I like doing everything at night. It was really bad when, I had to get up at a certain time in the morning because I really did. Uh-oh. Rosemary already did something wrong. It's not sticking. The ink didn't stick. Look. I've done this 100 times. Look. It didn't stick at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You can tell we're live. All right, so let me see. Maybe I left it in the water too long. No, that shouldn't have done anything. It should have stuck to the what you call it. Let's see if it stuck anywhere. Oh, that's weird. No, it's coming off all over. Maybe I left it in there. Like I said, it's been so long since I did it. Maybe I left it in there too long. Because some of it did stick. That might have been it. We'll do it again. That's how we learn. Yeah, it might have been that. Because if it wasn't working, it wouldn't work at all. And it's working in some places. So see. I think I did try to do this on my other book. Hold on. Now you got me curious what I did wrong. I know it wasn't that long. Well, it's been about a year ago that I did it. Let me see. I know in this book I did, let me find the transfers. Okay. I know I did a few in here. These weren't transfers. These are transfers here. And I wrote down what I did because I knew I wouldn't remember. Okay, I did these transfers with acrylic paint. I put the paint down, then I put down a picture from a glossy magazine and laid it down, let it dry, and then took away the, the paper, and that the ink stayed on there. So that's how that was done. Then I came back and painted, painted with some neon colors, but all the dark part, that was a transfer right there. Yeah, Conway. Is it still on its way over there? It was working its way about a couple of hours ago. So I hope it's already gone past there. That's east of me, and the storms are going east, so it's already past us. Okay, this, I didn't mark down what I did, but I remember I printed that out on my computer, so I know that's just that's a printout. I know that for sure. And that transfer, that's a transfer. That's a transfer. And that was just done again with acrylic paint. And then I put her on there and she transferred. Well, let's try a paint one. Nah, I got to figure out what I did wrong with this other one. Okay. This one was Mod Podge. I put on the page, and then put a glossy magazine. So this isn't a printout. This is a magazine, and that came out kind of cool looking. Oh, that's what I did. This right here is a transfer. Can you see how it's shiny? That is what I did with the tape. So I know it works. I did that whole thing. I know I'd done something. Donna, where in Arkansas are you? Oh, this opens up this way. Yay! Okay, so I know that I did. I know I did. I just didn't remember what I did exactly. Donna, you're in Van Buren. I'm in Fort Smith. Hello. We have a lot of Arkansas-y people here. What is going on? I know, she's just across the bridge from me. She probably passes by my house. Don't tell me you work in Fort Smith. Everybody in Van Buren works in Fort Smith. Everyone in Roland, Oklahoma works in Fort Smith. Everybody works in Fort Smith. Hey, Elizabeth. Okay. Was the picture a copy or from a magazine? This was a copy. This, a good question. I'm thinking it was from a magazine. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Because I know all these were all copies that I'd made except for one. So let me go get something from a magazine, and we'll do it with the magazine. That's how we learn. Boy, it's strange when I don't know if the rest of you are this way, but if I don't do something continually, I forget how to do it. it's like it's like I'm learning all over again. Um, where are my mags? I think see, I put my stuff away today, so now I have to go get a magazine. So you guys have to wait a second. Okay. Okay. Well, Elizabeth, I don't know what part of the country you're in, but a lot of us are in bad weather country. So we're just playing so we don't have to think about the bad weather. What state are you in, Elizabeth? Carla, I did. It was. It all came off. None of it stuck. It just all rolled off. Paper, ink, everything. And I've done it before. I just don't know what I did wrong. Want something that has a lot of contrast so we can at least see it. Ooh, that's spooky. These are all too depressing. That's all about war and everything. I don't think I want all that depressing stuff. Okay. I'm just looking for something simple. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, Dee. Let's just do all these ladies and see what happens. Because if they work, they'll look cool in my black and white journal. We can stick them in there. We can glue them on in there. Oh, no. Ah, it fell down. Okay. Maybe I have cheap tape and it doesn't stick. That's a possibility. That is a real possibility. So we'll leave that in there for a little bit because that paper is pretty thick from that particular magazine. What I'm trying to do is do a transfer. And what you do is you put tape, in theory. I mean, I know it works. I've done it before. I just forget what I did. And all of the ink is supposed to stick to the tape. And then you rub off the paper from the back, and it gives this translucent kind of picture that you can use like in your collage work and stuff like that. So we will find out if I just have cheap tape and it's not working. Because as I said, this was not supposed to come off. And it just, see, look, it all just coming off. Not just the paper, but the ink and everything. So, just her luck. Everything happens to her, right? No matter what she tries, things always happen to her. Hey, Vicky. What am I doing wrong, Vicky? I've done it before. It's worked every time before. Maybe you're just not supposed to do it with stuff that you print. Maybe it's supposed to be out of magazines. The ink's thicker and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's going across the whole country. From us all the way over to the East Coast. That's a lot of people. Yeah, that's how these are done. These were done with this was done with Mod Podge. So's that one. And this was done with acrylic paint because you know acrylic paint's just colored glue, right? This was done with Mod Podge. That one worked. Oops, I guess I'm getting framed. You can see what I'm talking about, huh? And this was done with paint. Paint, Mod Podge, paint. Mod Podge, Mod Podge. And this was a tape. This kind of tape. That eyeball. So, I mean, I know I've done it. I know it works. I just forgot what I did. Yeah, the paint comes out really cool because it comes out obviously very abstract because you get all that color behind it. I like it. I like doing it that way. Okay, should we try? Oh, this is thick. It's not even. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's starting to rub off. Well, at least everything isn't coming off yet. Let's see if we can get the pulp off without getting the ink off. That'll be the trick. So far, so good. I just see paper coming off. Hey, Louise. Just here making a fool out of myself. I think this is going to work. I think that was the problem. If that was a just a regular copy. So I'm guessing if you want to do a print, it would have to be laser or magazine. Yeah, this is working. And even though it's a cool result, it's very messy. If you don't like doing messy stuff, don't try this at home. Yeah, it's working. Yay! How do you do the one with acrylic paint? All I did on that particular page, I just literally just put some paint on, like you would do the transfers, like with the Mod Podge or with other kind of matte mediums, and then lay it on top of it, and until it dries, or use a dryer to dry it, and then do the same thing that I'm doing right now. And the uh, the acrylic paint just serves as as the glue. Oops. We'll do one. Now that I know you guys are interested, we'll play with that tonight. We'll do the different techniques. Now, because I picked something with so much black, that's another thing. If you're going to put this, like, say, on a text or some kind of color or something, you need to have a little bit more white so that those things can come through. Like on her, it's only going to come through on her skin, on her face and her neck, because you're not going to be able to see through the black. So you got to keep that in mind. What look are you going for? I'll show you in a second when I get this all done. Okay. I think I need to go get something to wipe all this stuff down with. I'll be right back. Okay, now if there had been more, let me get this out of the way. If your finished look was you wanted to have, a picture with a lot of transparency so that your background would come through. Where'd that come from? Must come from this paint. I don't know. I'm getting stuff all over it, and I don't know where from. I got red on me. I don't know where I got that from. Oh boy. Okay. I have no idea. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's kind of hard to see it on the monitor, but you can see these letters through her face because it's light. I don't know if you can see that. So if you wanted that look, you need to pick something that had more white in it, more light colors. I unfortunately picked something with a lot of black. We can maybe see. See, this ink is really thick ink. You can't see too much through it. It's kind of weird. This whole thing is weird. And I don't know why this is doing that. Oh, I remember. This book, now I remember. This book, when you get it wet, the red comes off. Look at that. That's what I did. I set it down here, and all these little blotches of red are from this book. See, it's been a while since I worked on this book. I forgot about that. So that's where this red's coming from, and then it's getting on her. Anyway, you get the idea. So it does work. And there's still a little bit on there, so you can get that out a little bit more. Give a little bit more of that transparency. And you can see those numbers. See how you can see the numbers through her face? Don't want to get all that red on her. Oops, it's on there too. Oh my goodness, it's everywhere. Okay. I don't even want to touch that book. They get red all over me. Let's see. See if I can find some text on here. Probably not because it's full of photographs. Oh, here we go. Oops. So you can see how you can see the text right through her face. So it's just a way of, making some cool effects, in your journals or whatever it is you want to use it in. So we have that one. So the key is inkjet does not work. Has to be a magazine or laser if you're going to do the tape one. But I've used my regular printer to do the transfer with the acrylic paint and with the Mod Podge. So that's where I was confusing myself. I know I've done that because I don't have a laser printer and I've used my things that I've copied to do the transfer. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't put the tape all the way through. I'm going, no, what happened this time? I didn't put the tape all the way over. What about from a picture book? Yeah, I think so. I think anything commercially printed would work. Oh, there you go. Louise says she's done it with photographs. Ooh, maybe we should try that. I've never done that. What a cool idea. Ooh, half her nose came off, but that's when it starts looking cool. That other one came out almost too perfect. I like when it has like scratch marks and what you would consider mistakes. I think it looks better. Adds character. Now, when you're doing this on paper or book pages or something, you can't be this rough because your substrate that you put it on is just paper and it's going to fall apart. This is tape, so you can be rough. But when you're doing it, like in a book or something, you can't be this rough because you'll just tear your page. So when you do it on the tape, it's very forgiving in a sense that you can be rough with it. Okay, I'm going to go get one of my painty papers that we were doing last night, and her face is going to look so cool. Oh my goodness, my whole floor is rumbling. My floor is a wood floor. The thunder is like making my whole floor shake. Is it making my camera shake? I don't know. My floor is shaking. Hey, Susan. I see you, Susan. I don't think I said hello. Yeah, mine's shaking too right now. It's crazy. Oh, see, I love how that's all scratched up. Do you see how that's all scratched up? Now wait and see what it looks like when I get my pinky paper. It's gonna look so cool. Hold on. Oops. Okay, so now when you put it behind paper, see how the colors will come through, or it's been a little scratches on it, and that's what I like. That's when that happens. I think that's so cool. I don't know if it's coming through or not, but I like how that looks. So that's fun to play with. These are fun. Let's clean up the other ones. Nikki, my doctor told us that we can give our dogs Benadryl. It calms them down during the storms. So 2 of my dogs get nervous, so they get Benadryl. The other 2, they couldn't care less. So they're drug free. She's coming out too perfect. It might have to put scratches in her face. Well, one of my dogs with the arthritis, he already takes that oil. Well, two of them take that oil, but it doesn't calm them like the Benadryls do. Because I have one that poor little guy, he used to shiver. He doesn't shiver anymore. He looks at you, he looks at you with concern, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But he's not shaking or anything anymore. So it really calms him down. These crazy big dogs that are such wimps. That's so funny. I've got four of them, I know. Only one of them stays calm and looks at the rest and looks at us, and he gives us that look like, oh, brother, those guys are a bunch of idiots. He gives them that look. Get over it already. Now, see, if I scratch where her hair is, I could get some of that colored background in her hair, I bet. Oh, poor little beagle. And those are tough little dogs. Well, my German Shepherd, he gets a little nervous. I mean, not not real bad. He just gets clingy. He wants to be next to you the whole time, when normally he's pretty independent. And then we have a mutt. He's the one that has the worst time of it all. And then the other two, they couldn't care less. Now, see, if it stays white like that, that means you still got paper you can get out of there. That's the pulp drying. If it's not in a clear area and you don't care, it's not going to hurt nothing. Ooh, there's a lot of cool scratches on this one. Let me do some scratching on her hair. Let me scratch her hair a little bit. See, now you can see a little bit of color through these scratches. Cool, I like it. Oh. Oh, that one dog of mine that's a scaredy cat. He's afraid of the fireworks too. I told my husband, I wonder if the guy is smarter than we think. He just likes the drugs. He's going, oh, good. Is it July yet? I need my drugs. Oh, and see that perforation right there? Well, you can see it better down there. When you're trying to make, your stamps, your homemade stamps to look like postage stamps. And most of the scissors we have, even if it has a little shape to it, they're a lot bigger than they should be. You can use this to cut them. Cut the little postage shape out with this, and it makes it look a little more authentic. Not 100%, but a little bit more. Oops. That was coming out pretty good. Ooh, a lot of cool scratches too. Perfect. All right. It's better on the darker ones. For some reason, I keep liking it on the red one. Anyway, there you go. You get the idea of how that works. Hey, Suzanne. And then, see how that's getting kind of white, a little too white? That's still some of the pulp. And so what I do, when I do transfers, whether it's this kind or on the books or whatever, see how that's getting so white? I get a little bit, and just a little bit of wax. Just a natural beeswax. And just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. And it neutralizes and makes that pulp transparent. Don't want to put too much, because you're gonna, if you're gonna be gluing this down somewhere. And you can see how that makes it really super duper clear. And that pulpy, all that white, see all that white's gone, and that won't come back. Or you can stay there for another hour trying to get the pulp out. But as we all know, I'm a lazy one, so I try to use other techniques. And I just do it where the white is, you know, because that's where it's going to show through the most. And that still leaves you plenty of room to glue down with. And if you don't have any of the beeswax, if you got even just like, if you have something like Vaseline or something, just a little tiny bit, or hand lotion, anything that has, you know, a little bit of you know, so what am I trying to think of? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Put a little too much on that. I had to wipe it down. Alrighty. It worked. So maybe I should put these in my black and white journal. I might have to glue something down first to Oh no, they look cool on that. She looks cool there. Yes, I like how she looks there. Maybe she'll go there. That looks cool. Ooh. They look good anywhere where there's something behind it, you know? It just depends what you're going for. What speaks to you. Too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark. Maybe I need to put a page in here with some text. Ooh, this is probably, oh, this is probably like cool. I kind of like that one. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like she lost her husband out to sea. That's my story. I like that. That might look good there. Okay, now I got to figure out how I'm going to glue them. Oh, sorry. Are you speaking? Somebody speaking to me? Mm, mm. Yes, Elizabeth, I think so. I would think so. I haven't used that, but I don't see why not. I think even like what do you call that? Chapstick. I think chapstick would work very lightly, and then wipe it off like I did. Because all of that has, different types of wax and lanolin in them. It's soft. I like that. Okay, so now I wonder what kind of glue. I wonder if it's just a regular. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it's gonna work. I can't remember what I used. Like I said, it's been so long since I did this type of transfer. I don't remember how I. Let's just try the old-fashioned way with, like I do everything else in this book, and see what happens. That's why I caution not to put that all over, because it's going to work like a resist, I think, to your glue, that waxy film. So leave the leave the edges with a little bit of that pulp. It feels like it's going to work. We'll find out. Ooh, look, it looks like she's looking through a lace curtain. doesn't it? Okay, where are my other ones? There she is. Now remember, her husband got lost at sea. That's why she has all these memories of water here. I don't want to see that white. Ooh, very cool. I like it. Lots of rumbles out there. Oh, I should have cut that. Oh well, can't be perfect. There was one more, right? Or did we already do them all? We did them all? Oh, there she is. Her. Ugh, I gotta see this closer to me. Can't see that angle. Alrighty. Good idea, ladies. That's what my journal needed. I like how it looks. Yay! Oh yeah, Debbie, it would look cool with something back there, wouldn't it? Well, that'll have to be another page now. Yeah, it would. Real cool. Alrighty, let me clean this mess up. Well, thank you for joining us. I try to be a distraction as often as possible. That's my goal in life. Be a distraction. Get the center. Good night, Scotty. Still waiting for you to come down. Scotty lives about, what, maybe a half hour from me? 45 minutes? Yeah, about 45 minutes. Something like that. Not too far. But her family, her son, and the family live down here where I do. So she's been hinting that she's going to be moving down here, but I haven't seen any proof of that yet. Excuse me, cracker time. Okay, are you guys tired? You want something else? What's going on? Uh-oh. That kind of shook my floor. Did you hear that? That was not my cracker. Oh, you guys heard that? I bit into my cracker, then boom! Like, uh-oh. Okay, so what are we going to do? I have no idea. Throw a few ideas up there. I might have to get a refill of my tea. Do something with fabric. Oh, okay. Like what? Okay, what? Fabric I have. Oh my goodness, my floor is vibrating. Look at the camera. Make tassels, do it with an old photograph. Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming by. We're safe over here. It's just noisy. If I leave you abruptly, it means my internet or my lights went out. Stamp on fabric with, excuse me, my mouth is full. Stamp on fabric. Oh my goodness, Hottie. Put a bag over your head. Okay, so I can't stop stamp on the fabric right now because I'd have to put some backing on the fabric, some kind of you know, wonder under type stuff to give it some stability. I'm not sure if I have any because when you stamp just on plain fabric, it does not stamp as well. So I don't want to show you how to do it incorrectly. So we can plan to do that. I just can't do that today. Mm, were you going to show us what to do with paint? Oh, the transfer of the paint. Yeah, we can do that. That's easy. That's what I said with the tape, right? Oh, yeah, that's easy. Sure, that's easy. That didn't work. All right, so let me think here. Um, think of a. Should we try it again? I don't know if it's gonna work. We can try it again. Because to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure I used something I had printed, but then again, that's what I thought with the tape. So we'll do one with something that's printed off my computer, off my printer, and one something from a magazine or something in case it doesn't work. So let's see. And then you just have to decide what kind of colors you want to use. And so for her, because she's kind of like muted and very monochromatic, we'll get something kind of bright. Let's get her something bright. Maybe a red dress. I don't know. Let's see. The red dress and to make this simple, we'll do it right here. And wait, if it doesn't work, oh, too bad. If it does work, I can always cut it out and use it and put it in one of my journals. It's very, when it works, it's very simple. Famous last words, I know. What I try to do, if I'm going for a certain look, if I'm not looking for any particular look, you just put the paint. But like for instance, I think I would like to, just for the fun of it, maybe the bottom part here. Like you kind of know the area, the bottom part of her body, right? Is the red. And then I'll just do the rest of it. Just a little too dry right there. Okie dokie. There's the top. And then just get something that's flat. Try not to get the paint on the back as much as possible, because that'll work as glue and it'll be hard for you to get it off, to take the paper off like we did on the tape. Okay, now ideally what we do is I let this dry overnight. But I know you ladies like instant gratification. And you want to see it now. Rosemary, what does it look like now? So, two things we could do is stay up all night together, or return in the morning, or get my trusty heat tool and see what we can do. So, before I do that, I'm going to get me a refill of my tea. I have to heat up my water. I can hear you. Uh-oh, rumble. You hear that rumble? Okay, Tina, let me get my tool and let me plug it in. Oops. Let's see. All right. Now I'll get my tea. Okay. All right. I don't know if my microphone will cut out the noise. I'm not sure. So hold your ears. Is it drying? Maybe. Maybe. Well, that sets a little bit. Let me go see if I can find a photograph that we can do the tape transfer with, like Louise did. You might as well try them all while we're at it. Okay, where are my? Oh, here they are. This is a photograph of people. I don't know who they are. But I think there's enough contrast for it to show up kind of cool. I know. Yeah. All of us mixed media people, I think we're a little touched. Uh-oh. Put that in the water. Ta-da! Hold the ears again. Okay. I don't think this is long enough, but we can try. Oops, that part didn't stick at all. I'm not wetting it yet. If we had left it overnight, I would be wetting this and rubbing it off. But what I want to do is I want to take off whatever comes off and then dry whatever's left a little bit more. So just know that if you're doing this, you know, you know, you got to be patient and wait till the next day. And it'll work 100%. And if you've waited overnight, then all you have to do is, you know, get a sponge and lay it on there and dampen it, and then start rolling off the paper like I did with the tape. But I don't want to do that yet because I think I will ruin it for sure. Now, it looks like I'm going to get too much more off. I really didn't want to use the water yet, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Hey, Beth. You caught me again doing something I don't know what I'm doing. We'll let that sit for a little bit and we'll play with this. Oh, I think this has to soak it a little bit more. Gotta soak it a little bit more. It's not coming off yet. Oh, 12 students. Were they kids or adults? Oh, I'd be exhausted if they were kids. Well, some of the adults are just as bad, right? Where's Mona? Adults. Oh, okay. Oh, here comes the rumbling again. Aw. Boy, did you feel that rumble? Made my cameras go all over kind of wacky doodle. Wow, this is tough paper. Oh, there it's starting. Maybe. That paper's thick. Yeah, Beth, we're having well, they're pretty much passed from my immediate area, but we're having really severe storms all along the midsection of the United States, to the south, to the east. You name it. Something's going on. under the severe category. Well, I have to soak that a little bit longer because it is really thick paper. Okay. Let's see. Nope, see, it's not stuck yet. I rushed it. It's not going to stick. You have to leave it overnight. I was trying to rush it to show you guys, but it's not going to happen. Let me see if anything sticks. Hold on. Maybe. Who knows? But you get the idea. If you just leave it overnight, it will definitely work. Oh, some of the ink transferred. I lost the top of her head, but you'll get the idea. Where did mine? Uh-oh. Where'd that go? I don't know. I don't want to remove her neck, so I got to be gentle. There you go, Debbie. That's what she's known for, right? Putting that flowers up on top of her head. Perfect. I like how you think. I did that on purpose. It was a little wet underneath there. Let me dry that out. Okay. Underneath that one layer of paper, it felt like the paint was still a little bit damp down there. And we got half her arm there and her other arm there. At least we got a few body parts. Oops, gotta be gentle here. It's all just coming off right here. I don't want to remove any more of her face. Don't want her necklace to come off. So at least you know you can do this with your regular inkjet printer. Just leave it overnight to dry. Oops. There went some more of her hair. Oh my goodness. Okay, now if I had left this overnight, I would keep going because all of this white stuff needs to come off. Everything that looks here that's whitish, that's just all pulp from the paper, and that all needs to come off. But if I try to do that right now, because I didn't let it thoroughly dry, um, I'm afraid all the ink is going to come up. So we'll do the trick again. I wouldn't suggest you do this. If you're going to be working with this and you want to do it right, the right way, let it dry completely, then come back and take all of the pulp off. But just for this experiment, so you can see what it will look like if you do it right. This will make some of this paper a little bit more transparent. All right. So if if we'd done it right, it would be even clearer than this because there's still a lot of pulp that's over the ink. And it would be a lot more defined when we do it the right way. But anyway, that's pretty much what you do. He looks pretty cool. Let's see if the photograph is any more malleable than it was before. It wasn't working too well. Man, this paper is not, it's like it's got some kind of a coating that doesn't even let the water penetrate. I guess that's good for a photograph, but not good for what we're doing. Nah. Uh-oh, look, that what you can see right through that. Uh-oh. I can already tell this isn't working. Hey, we're going like 50-50 here. What works and what doesn't. This stuff's too good. It's impenetrable. And then when I do, the ink comes off. It's going right through it. The whole thing's lifting. Again, it's not sticking to the tape. Look, see? Nothing. Hmm. Nope. The whole thing's coming up. It's not sticking to the tape. See? Everything's getting pulled up together. Wow. Hmm. Well, this is not happening. It was soaking a long time in that water too. Either nothing comes or everything comes off. Well, the paper's coming off now. Oh, no. The whole thing came out. Just like when I did it with the inkjet print. Nothing's sticking. That is weird. Oh my goodness. I think my tea's already cold. Well, I'm getting nowhere fast with that one. Plastic coating? No, not really. Well, I don't know. I didn't think that it did. It just felt like really thick paper. Tea time. Did I finish my crackers? I lost my crackers too. I lost my napkin and I lost my crackers. What the heck is going on here? Man, that thunder is still going. Uh-oh. I think it's time for a new dose of Benadryl for my poor dog. Poor thing. But you guys can see, what you can accomplish with this. It looks really cool. Still wet. You can see the possibilities with this. And you can do the same thing with Mod Podge or any kind of matte medium that you have. You can put the matte medium down and, I suggest, let it stay at least a couple of hours, if not overnight, and then go back in and do the same thing. Yeah, when you do the multiple layers, they look really cool. Um, in theory, I think it would, Donna. I haven't used it, and I don't have any to try it out on, but I don't see why it wouldn't. You know those pages too of self laminating? One side is really super, super sticky. I bet you could do that and you'd end up with like a card with a transparency. Ami, she's home. We've been playing with transfers. What did we start off with? I even forgot what we started off with. We didn't start off with transfers, did we? Or maybe we did. I don't remember now. I hope we haven't been doing transfers the whole time. Well, mine didn't come out that good either, me, because I was like rushing it. We did this one, showing how to do the transfer with acrylic paint as your transferring agent. And then we did the packing tape. I did it wrong the first time, and then the second time it came out pretty cool. Science? No, 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 no. Paint and paper. That's all it is. No science. Paint and paper. I don't do science either. Oh yeah, I did do the glue book. I showed that crazy lady. Yeah, I forgot about that. See, I already forget what I did. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm bad. Oops, I see the lights. I think my husband has all the lights on in the living room for the dog. Poor thing. Oh, it feels good. I'm not cold, but it feels good. Well, guys, it's already going to be midnight here. I probably need to see if my husband needs assistance with getting the old invalid dog out. I don't think it's, is it raining still? Yeah, it looks like it's still, but it's not raining really hard. It's mostly just thunder and lightning, which is good. There's a lot of line areas around here, and some little neighborhoods, get these flash floods, which, they have an advisory right now because we're having a lot of rain. Yeah, Louise, it's already 2 o'clock for you. Yeah, it was pretty loud, huh, Jennifer? Good night, Nick. Thank you for keeping us company. Look forward to see what you do with your transfers. Oh, you did, Jennifer. Wow. Well, I don't think the full storm is there yet, right? Isn't it still coming tonight? Well, thank you, Louise. I'm gonna try a different photograph. See if maybe it's just something something about this paper. It's really heavy duty. I don't think it had a plastic coating because a little bit does come off, but then when I get to a certain point, it all comes off. So maybe I'll leave it overnight. Well, it is. Oh, okay, Louise. I'll double check the backing on some of them. I mean, it's just water, and we put a photograph in there, and we covered it with packing tape. And Louise has used this to create, her create a transfer with the packing tape and a photograph. But for some reason, whatever is in the back of my photograph, it's not letting me do it. So tomorrow I'll look for some other photographs, maybe that feel a little different in the back, and try it. Good night, Susan. Well, I think, yeah, Debbie, I think we're going to wind it down. It's going to be midnight for me. I've got to go take care of my animals. See how they're doing in the storm. Poor things. So those of you, just as a reminder, on the 15th, which I believe is Wednesday, um, we're going to be start putting together um, the kits for January. We're going to be putting our kits together, so that'll be on the 15th, and then we'll play it by ear about how long it takes us to do it, because the very first one is taking you from the very beginning to the basics for people that have never made a journal before from scratch. And there's a few of them that purchased the kit that never done it before. So we're going to approach it that way. And so we'll spend some time, as far as basic putting together of the journal. So that'll be the 15th. Oh yeah, that is a good idea. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll find one and kind of rough it up. Yeah, good idea. See, me, you still got it. You still got it. I don't know what it is, but you still got it. Good night, Amy. Enjoy your time off. My kit, what I'm doing, Shelly, last year, I put lots of kits together, and people like the little things I put together in my kits. But then a common thing I hear is, oh, I didn't know what to do with it, or I was afraid to mess it up, or whatever. So they just kind of sit on the kit. So what I'm starting off with January is I'm putting out a kit like I do, and but on on live like we are right now, we're going to put the kit together, and hopefully that'll encourage people twofold. They'll use what they have. If they buy the kit, they're going to use it. And if you didn't buy the kit and you have plenty of stuff, well, you can still follow along and use the stuff you already have. So um, I'm charging the same thing as if I was just selling the kit as I did last year. But as a bonus, like a freebie, we're going to put it together, um, together online. So each month we'll have a different kit, and one kit might interest you, and another kit, maybe another one doesn't. So whichever one you're drawn to. Oop, they just put up a report. Flash flood warning again. They had lifted it. It's back on. That's what all that thunder's about. It's bringing the rain, I think. Yeah, Shelly, I hope it will be fun. Because it'll encourage people. Two things. Either they're going to be encouraged to buy my kits because they don't already have enough supplies, or they're looking for different kinds of supplies and they'll buy my kit, or they've got plenty of stuff and I'll encourage them to use their own stuff. So kind of a win-win. I'm hoping. And then even if you can't be with us on the live, I'm going to create what do you call it? You know what I mean? I'm kind of losing. I'm forgetting words right now. Um, what do you call that? When you put a group of videos together on your YouTube channel? There's a word for it. I can't think of what it is right now. But I'll do that with the kids. So um, the first one, like I say, we're starting from scratch. How to put a journal together. But then on other kits, even though we might be, some will be journals, some won't. But if we're going to be doing another journal, that I won't start all the way from scratch. I'll just tell individuals, if you've never made one and you weren't there for the first kit, yeah, playlist. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Donna. Then they can just go to the playlist and go look, at the very first one, and I'll have it all labeled so it'll be obvious which one to go to if you've never made a journal from scratch before. And we won't be doing it as long as we are right now, playing around, because I want to keep it short enough that if you are playing along and you missed a video, you can go back and you don't have to stream for 2 or 3, 4 hours trying to find the exact thing you want to learn. We'll keep them a little bit shorter, probably not any longer than maybe an hour and a half, because that goes, I mean, we've been here a long time and that went fast. So an hour and a half is going to go really fast when you're playing around with the kit and learning something. So we'll do that one evening and they'll take us to a certain point, and then we'll pick it up the next evening. And like I say, if you can't catch, every evening, well, it'll be there on the playlist for you to go and continue working on your journal. Yeah, I have I'll put it in. Hold on one second. I don't know if I can get you the link because I'm not good that way. But let me try. Let me try and see if I can get you the link. That this will be a test for me. Good night, Debbie. This will be a test for me. Let me see if I can go get a link and see if it lets me put a link in my own place there. Because sometimes, I'm a moderator on other people's channels, and it won't let me put a link. I haven't figured that out yet, but let me see. Hey, it let me. I can't believe it. Good night, Elizabeth. So there is my shop. Boy, we got the Debbies coming out. Usually, there's not too many Debbies that come around. That's cool. Okay, so it'll be just under January's kit. That's what it's called. And I don't know how many I have left, but they're there. So Debbie, where are you from? What part of the United States? Are you in the United States? CJ, you put the kit together? I'm getting my Debbie's confused. So CJ, you put the kit together already? I knew you would. You were just trying to use up those leaves that you went and preserved, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, the East Coast already got some snow. So that cold air is going to be coming down and hitting you soon with all that warmth from the Gulf Coast. And just like here, ba-boom. We still have the thunder and lightning, but the tornado threat's gone. Yeah, I haven't put on the new. I have the local news on, um, but we're just on flash flood watch. I don't know what's happened across the rest of the country. We had several Texas ladies with us earlier, and the sirens were going off down there in Texas. That was a few hours ago. So that's the part of the storm it's heading towards you, I'm sure. Oh, around noon. At least it's during the daytime. All of ours, is the nighttime, and they say it's really hard to detect the tornadoes at night, harder, and the ones with the most casualties are usually the ones that hit at night. So we get kind of nervous when it's coming here through the nighttime. And it seems the past couple of times that we've had the warnings, they're for night. And I end up staying up late with the dogs and everything. Yeah, Debbie, today it was 70 here. 70, very humid. I didn't check the humidity, but I'm sure it was at least 90%. It was just in the air. It was thick. It was that stifling weather where any second there could be a baboom. So we had that weather today, 70, and the forecast is we're supposed to have snow tomorrow. So when we get up in the morning, there might be a light dusting. We never get a lot. It might just be a dusting, but still you can tell the difference in the temperature. It's crazy. Yeah, that soupy feeling. Exactly. Yeah, the Benadryl, it works. If he's at least 60 pounds, he can have two of them. That's my little mutt gets. I think he weighs 65 pounds, something like that, 62, 65. Anyway, I like how this came out, ladies. I think I'm going to put that in one of my journals because she is the theme for the February kit. So I'm going to save her and I'm going to put her in my journal. Thank you, Suzanne. And if the storm has left, they had said we would have a storm in the morning, but if it's not, I'm heading out to the post office in the morning. So I'll get your stuff out. It's all packed and ready to go. Oh, yeah. I didn't hear of any touching the ground, but they did have a lot of um the sirens going off and people taking cover and stuff like that. Just precautions. But well, as of a couple hours ago, none had. But I think they've already left. I think they've already gone through Texas. Oh, did you, Debbie? Well, that's cool. Okay, ladies, I think I'm going to wrap this up because if I get started with something else, it's going to take too long. And I really do have to take care of the zoo and see how they're all doing. So thank you again. Thank you for keeping me company during the storm. No, Debbie, I haven't heard of any, but that was just from the ladies that were in the chat that live in Texas. I haven't put on the national weather, so I'm not too sure. But I'm just going by the ladies, and they lived in different parts of Texas, so that was just the info they were sharing with us. So again, thank you guys, and if I don't see you before, I will see you for sure Wednesday when we start working on our journal together. But you might see me before. Depends what mood I'm in or what kind of weather we have. All right. Okay. So let's talk to you guys soon, and thanks again for keeping me company. Good night.